Hey guys, looks like things are setting up. Here we go. We'll do town test, sound test. Hey guys, looks like things are setting up. Here we go. We'll do town test, sound test. Alright, sound's working and stuff. Hey guys, looks like things are setting up. Here, town test. We'll, there you go. Kill the sound. Alright, I was just working on some stuff here, and we'll get into what I was working on here. I was trying to do it as fast as possible. Yeah, okay. Compile and save. We said we were going to get that up, so let's check the stream guy up. Get this opened up here. Try and run a little late today, and just trying to get things done. Good news is, for those who were tracking, because a lot of people were talking about certain things, I was stuck on, because a lot of the assets were updated to 5.1, and some of the assets just didn't work in 5.0 anymore because of the update to 5.1. And I had one specific asset that didn't work in 5.1, but all the rest of them worked in 5.1, so I was pretty frustrated. Did I go for 5.0, but I can't use these assets, or which would? And I finally got the character customizer working in character customizer working in 5.1, so that was good. That is definitely good. We got our stream here. We got our levels. We're gonna go open up our default map for now. There you go. Get this set up here. Really low frames, eh? I could really come back for a lot of the house later. Let's go to the outliner. And I think I've been sectioning everything off. Camera setup, decals, doors. We could just delete all the doors. Yeah, we'll just get rid of a bunch of stuff here just to kind of speed things up. Decals, floors. Yeah. Don't need any floor blueprints. Don't need any ceiling blueprints. These are all part of the old house stuff. There we go. We jumped up to 22. Don't need any of these lamps. Probably don't need any of these decals. Let's kind of look down here and look at these decals. We will grab all these decals. Yeah, they're all up above. And again, we can just get these later. And we want to get our stuff going. Lighting, we need to keep. Set these here. We just made that. Delete this lamp here. We delete this. Delete that. We got a camera. Set up. Maps. Sure. Porch. Don't need any of the porch here. Oops. Delete all that. Probably don't need any of these props. I'm pretty sure we have all of our stuff in a nice place. Prop place set up. This is underneath the props tab. We'll hit delete. Didn't get all the props. This is it. Delete. Delete. Roofs, we'll get rid of all these. Really, it shouldn't be affecting the performance that much. I think it is because I have multiple versions of Unreal Open, and we will actually deal with one of those right now. Actually got 3 versions of Unreal Open, so we will do this. We will not save that. That brings us down to 2. And again, one is our stream and one is the game that we will be working on. Basement, static message, light, barrels, boxes, buckets, cans, containers, debris, mixed paint sets, pallets. Basements are static meshes. That definitely seems like me. Walls and blueprints. This is not me. This would take up a lot more performance than we need here. Now I wanted to have this ready for tonight's stream, but like I said, I was dealing with some errors and I would rather have the game working than not working. In which, again, I could show you, for those who were there on Sunday, the progress of it working. Actually, we could do that. Nothing like having even more versions of Unreal Open. Plastic jug will be in static meshes, basement. Containers, cans and jugs, I guess. Don't need these support beams on our walls open. Oh, I could probably just stick it in here for now. Oh, there we go. And dark isn't a part of a static mesh or a basement. So he is fine the way he is. Boom, nice and clean. This is our world. We got our little cutout of our basement here. We got some lighting down there now. But obviously you can see we got a nice basement that we would be working on. Alright, and you can see that yeah, it doesn't recognize the ceiling. We still have to do a floor. But yeah, we can go through there. Now let's see. What do we want to do here? Oh, got to open live link face on the phone. I got 40 something frames now. This is what we're talking about. This is ooh, we get this live link face. Let's get this open. There we go. Now, with that open, we want to see if this guy is going to be working. Again, when you don't have it, you can always just double check. Oh, I'm on world settings, that's why it's kind of erroring. It's just kind of loading some shaders, I'm pretty sure, in the background. There we go. Let's just give things a second over here. Alright, so what we were doing next is we're going to get our server working so we could get oh yeah, I was going to show you guys the thing. So I could probably compile and save this, and we could probably close this for now, and no, we don't want to save that. That's still saving and lagging out. So what we will do is I'll show you guys whoever here on Sunday that the game's working and stuff. So it will be in D drive. Finding home version 7. We are package project or development. We got our nice Finding Home exe. We're gonna open that up. So now remember, it has the red writing to show that we did it. Again, when we hover over all these buttons, it works. I think the lagginess is due to the multiple versions of Unreal and stuff open. I was running it smoothly earlier. So create game, do new game, for example. Again, we got our red writing. So our main objective now, since again we're just working on basic functionalities to make sure we got things, is from here we want to now be able to open up I think it's taken a bit because of Stream and the Unreal Engine project, because it just opened up right away before, but I could see that the loading screen's going. My computer's not liking me right now. But yeah, now we want it so we could hit tab, go to game settings, and if we, this is a multiplayer map, for example, if we had friends and we wanted to do something like prop hunt, then we would just click that game mode and then enter that game mode. To quit. Yeah, that's so that's the game and stuff working. Let's see here. Yep, the phone's working now. So if we hit play and we move, and we're gonna hit 7. I could wave at you guys. Think. Okay. So now I'm here at the green screen. How's it going, guys? And I could guess think I disabled input once I teleport here, just so pretty much so I wouldn't accidentally run away. And this is like a general background kind of things. And I could just wave here. But see how I could run around and stuff. So until I get it all set up where I have just like exit and things like that, I wanted to keep this here. So see if I could hit F11. And there we go. So F11 again. F11 again. So what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna put this off to the side here. So this isn't bugging us. Down here, I guess, like that. And what we will do is we will, with this working, we will hit F11 again. There we go. And we will tab over to OBS. Background, main monitor. Background, live link. There we go. That's that. So we will tab this here again, F11. Realize that our sizing is bad. Don't need to be too big. So we'll try this, F11 again. No, you don't want those black bars. F11. A little bit smaller. F11. There we go. There's my character standing up, looking good. Now we there we go. So I got the VTuber back. There we go. Got the chroma key on there, so you can't see that. Obviously, every time I go to look at the screen, it's gonna. Look at my character and stuff. It's gonna be heads up. Alright, with everything closed and we got the stream open now, and we've tested the game. Like I said, I showed you that it's game's up and running. Like I said, the big next step though is when we get to that into the game, we want to be able to open up the modular lobby solution where we could kind of choose what kind of game we want to hop into, if we want to hop into a game. Again, the whole point is the lobby level will be a whole like kind of survival game in itself. Yeah, this looks like it's things are moving kind of smoothly here, so that's good. in this case, we do want to open those blueprints that we had open before. Expect poor performance. Memory exhausted. Over budget. I'm sure there's ways to lower some things. Should probably just get more RAM. But even then, 1,000, like gig.2 over budget. Let's see if I could close this output window, which is hiding my stream stuff. No, I can't because it's still loading the editor. Once I close the output, I have the output log up. It's hard to look at myself to see how I look if I'm looking in front of the screen well. But yeah, it's I had the output log up for testing purposes, obviously. Well, I still can't close it. I want to be careful. I don't want to rapid smash the X just in case everything loads up and then my stream is right behind it. There we go. Yeah, you can see the text there, eh? Quality doesn't seem that bad though from the stream. I'll have to watch the stream after and stuff. I noticed some things here. Alright. So, that's what I was working on here. We want to establish some stuff. I need some base. Looking at the modular lobby, I'm going to need some base game modes and base game states and base player states, so no matter what kind of mode you're in, a lot of the game modes will have the base stuff like how many players are connected and things like that in it. Base mode. Probably done the player base as well. Probably get rid of that. Look at the lobby game mode. And the lobby game mode needs the lobby game state. The lobby game state has some stuff it's referencing from here, so we needed to make a server name. So I go OC server name, and we are going to plop that in there. Get rid of this, rid of that. And that should be right there. And so we should be able to get lobby, find home game state, and we're going to have a game state obviously, and this is just for the lobby here, but we're going to need one for each of our different things. So we need a lobby update for this here. Lobby update method. Do I have a lobby update method? I do not. So we're going to look at modular see just what he has here for his. So we just want to make things working, and then we could edit it afterwards. We're going to have to edit it. He has like different characters and everything, obviously. There it is. The phone's in the way, so sometimes I don't think things. Blueprints. It is going to be the lobby. It's going to be core. It's going to be the lobby. And we are looking for the game state, so it's going to be in core again. We got our lobby game state core. We want an update function from this. Lobby update. It's just literally called lobby update. So we're going to copy that for now. Go back to our lobby game state. We're going to paste that function for now. Update connecting players array. So we're going to go back here. Copy that. And we're going to paste this function. Update server name. Cancel that. Go down here. I thought we... So copy this. Paste this. And that one finally worked. So let's change our actual thing so we could organize this better. Our category for this is going to be update user interface updates, and so that just puts it into a folder for us, like so you could hide and make it bigger. And we'll just kind of double check the code here, make sure everything makes sense. See, we already see something that doesn't make sense, so this is why we have to change things here. So player array, for each player, we're going to cast to our player state, but we want to use our player state. Do we have a player state, or do I need to make one? Cast to player state base. I don't think I have a base players. And this is in the lobby, so we wouldn't want to be casting to the base player state in the lobby. We would want to be casting to the lobby player state in the lobby. So I need to make a base player state, then I need to make a lobby player state. Difference is the base player state might not have anything in it, and the lobby player state I guess doesn't really exist or have much in it at all. There's the lobby player state. He does have a lobby player state with stuff in it. I wonder why he's using the base, because the base does have stuff in it as well. Looks like we're going to need to make some of these things. I know for sure Easy Survival RPG does not deal with player states whatsoever. A lot of other games don't. So I could actually, to make things quicker for you guys, instead of just going quickly copy and pasting and doing all this stuff that I was doing, like rewriting it from scratch, I could just copy this whole blueprint, just rename it. For now, finding home player states. Sorry, we want core base player state, and we are going to copy this into player state. Copy here, click here, and we are going to rename this to player state base, and to show this as our final copy, we're going to call it find home. You see, I've done some before, but I don't know what state they're in and if they were going to work with this project at all, and I will compare them later to see if we could use them and stuff. So this is a direct copy of his. It's going to have all the same stuff as his, so that's fine. We can close this. We can close this. Now I can't copy his lobby because we're not going to be using his base player state. Technically I could actually. We can copy his lobby and then reparent to ours, just to make things quick for now, because we don't want to spend all the time in the world on this. So player states. So we'll copy that in here. Copy player states again, and then we will F2. We want to know it's lobby, but we have tons of lobby stuff, so we want to know what's the player state of the lobby. So quick find, and we can see it quickly. And we also want to know it's finding home, so I can find all my finding home stuff quickly enough that is finalized. Boom, we're going to open this up. It's going to have all the functions and all the things that we need now. But we don't want it spaced to player state. We're going to go to here, and we're going to redo this to player state base FH, reparent, compile, save, and now we have this. So these guys, like I said, I was doing a little bit different. I was hand coding these guys just to make sure everything's kind of like for my game, and that's where I'm running into things like this here, and we'll run into probably problems later on, even with the player state, where these could be kind of wrong. But we will do that for now. So this will be cast to player state base. And that will go to here. From the player state base, we are getting the user profile. Player user profile. We're going to get that, and we're going to break. We just want the username from this. And we're going to just slot it into this, because it's just looking for a string. And now with this not attached to anything, we can get rid of it. With this not attached to anything, we can get rid of it. Player connection info. That's also what we need. So, player connection info. And from here we're going to break again. This time we're just going to say, is this the host? Break. Because if it is the host will have specific abilities like changing the game settings and stuff like that. Where nobody else does, just the host does. That's all lined up there nice. And then I think I'm going to, oops, so I'm going to want this guy kind of here. This guy lined up here. This is going to go here. This is going to go here. Sorry, my nose is itchy. And we are going to bring this over here. Why is my frame rate so low? Not even in anything, I don't think. Don't I just have a black background? And just to make it easier on the system, I'm going to try to close as many things as I can here. We have the stream open just in case. We just have our, oh, we are in the main thing, so I could actually, just so it's not loading wind in the background and stuff, we could go to levels here. We'll just go to our on boot level. We'll save that, sure. Just so we have a black background, it's not loading a bunch of useless stuff that we're not even using. Alright, so now that we have that all connected, that's all disconnected. There's nothing connected here. Get rid of that. On complete, we are setting the server name and returning. There we go. That was update server name. Just a little helps clean things. I always go down. Sure. Now I could bring this up here. There we go. And I could bring this down. There we go. I find that looks a lot neater that way. Alright. So, lobby game state. Alright, I needed an update server name to make update player connections. So now we might be able to get our player connections over here. So let's paste the function. Yep. And we'll get where that function is stored. Set a category for that. And we'll just check this function again real quick. So, we got our local players. We're clearing our local players. We're going to grab a fresh batch of the local player array. Again, we're casting to the player states to get the states of all the players. We won't be casting to his player states. We're going to be casting to player state base, because we're going to be making edits. So we can't use his, we're going to have to use ours. So, because we're going to have a lot more stuff. Like, we're going to have, sooner or later, the customizable characters. We're going to have a lot more different things than what he has in his. So, his can't use fully here. It looks like, I wonder, no, we're going to have to do all these things. So, player connection info. I get the player connect info. This time we want to break and get whether it's the host and if the host is ready. So hook that up, or hook up. Looks like I can do that. The player ID is going to be the fresh player, whatever is in the row. So we could, it's not attached to anything, we could delete that, so it's just less confusing. This is the first in the list, so we will put that here. We will put that here. We will line these up a little better. Next is user profiles. So actually we're gonna get player user profiles from ours. we should just be able to hook this up to here. It's the same kind of thing. Should be able to just remove that now. Line this up nice. We're going to grab this node, this reroute node, and slide it nicely here underneath. We're going to double click this pin here to make another reroute node and slide it there, so it just goes underneath. And we're going to bring this guy down. Oh, we don't need this guy, we're going to need this. We're going to say player appearance. Again, this is one of the things that I was talking about before. We're getting player appearance, but we won't be using his player appearance at all. He has this weird like little robot guy. We will be getting our character customizer or a metahuman or something else later down the line. But for now, just so we could test things, we're going to put this in. There we go. So it looks like we're going to have to back this up so it's not in that blueprint there. We're going to have to pull this forward a bit. A lot neater, and with nothing attached to this, we can now delete this, and then we're just going to also clean up a little bit while we can. Welcome players. That's where our update server was that we had to fix. We gotta bring this down, I guess, and our return node, because we are done. So 3 off. We just need to go like 3 from the bottom here. There we go. Pretty neat, pretty simple. And with our connected array, we could finally get our lobby update we were looking for. So we're gonna copy that. We're gonna paste this in, and just to double check, lobby updates just in lobby updates. So we'll just go to lobby updates. We will paste this function here. We won't need to do that update because it's already there, and it looks like this is a super simple thing. It is just the update and return nodes, and I like how he already has it set up nicely for me. So now that we got that lobby updates all done, we can get this here. So lobby update, we'll grab that, and so instead of using his lobby update, we could use ours. And yep, and so we'll compile and we'll save. And what we are doing is we're going over our actual lobby level. Huh. That's why. Game modes. Oh no, I'm gonna want to go to this blueprints core lobby game mode. Sorry, knuckles are sore. Lobby game mode. We were looking from bottom up. So what I checked first, whenever you're trying to like kind of in a sense get a base template from something, you want to make sure that everything's looking good. So we have our lobby game mode. This will have all our characters and everything like that in it. This is going to be following stuff, which is going to be it, since it is one of our game modes that we're going to have everything. It's based off our base game mode. Just going to go through here, and we check your class settings because you might have interfaces and stuff. And after you check your class settings, we start with the bottom up. So we got to make sure we have all the variables and stuff. So variables, it just can force game launch question mark, and so this is just asking if you can you force launch. So we go back to ours, and we might want to just swing this over here so it's nice and simple to go back and forth between them. And so we do have that variable. And then the next one up is our macro, which is player disconnect, right? But macros sometimes can be shared across multiple blueprints and stuff, almost like a blueprint library, blueprint function library. So you can see I can't actually name mine the exact same as his until I get rid of his. So I just put Mac for now, so I know what it is. And then we're going to go up, and it looks like functions. He has this traveling map function. So we're going to put that in ours function. But oop, there we go again. So we're not even at the line here, so we're going to bring this up to our nice double solid blacks, so it's easy to find. And we are getting our game state here, casting from our game state to cast to game. Oh no, we'll just put lobby game state. We want to cast to our game state. Our game state will have a lot more and different things in it. We're going to get all the players from the game state. Probably back this up and throw this right against here. From here, we're going to get current maps. Get current map. And we're going to just toss that in here. And we're going to toss that down here. And with this not being used, we could delete it. This not being used, we could delete it. This nicely here. And we're going to tighten that up. But wait, we might need to do something here. This is the base player character. So let's go here, and we're going to cast to player control, base player controller, sorry, to our player controller base. And obviously we're going to need our own map. So OC map. Oh, is it OV? OC map traveling loading screen. So this is loading the loading screen for our travels. And we're going to put that up here actually. Nice. We can make that nice and tight in there. And that we could probably go like right there, and we want to attach that there. With this being replacing that, we could delete this. With this not having anything attached, we delete this. And this could snuggle in right there. We want to be 3 off the, just 2 or 1 are off the top. We want to go 3 off the bottom and 3 off the sides. And again, the reason why I do 3 and 3 is when you go to grab the blueprint and you want to move it. It's probably going to mess my blueprint up now. Yeah. I gotta re-straighten all these things out now. If you zoom out and you're going to do that, see how it made it bigger? If you don't have it like 3, sometimes it'll make it smaller, and you're going to move it, it'll leave behind blueprints. So that's quite annoying when you're trying to move things around. So that's why I kind of follow that practice there. This is getting left behind anyway. We actually drag this over because we don't want that to get left behind. We might not care about the loading screen though. So save that. And so when we have our map travel, we gotta check the construction strip. We gotta make sure we're calling our parents. Construction strip, we are calling our parents. Server travel. We get this. We don't have it. We do not have it. So that's in our graph there. Allows us to place that in just fine. server travel. I said because it's 2 over, when we're zoomed in or zoomed out, it shouldn't affect it too much. Server travel looks like it's on the bottom. We're going to do post swap other things first. So post, we're going to get our player state, which is a player state. We're going to cast that to our player state. That on the post, this is on the post. We're going to call our parents post as well. So we're going to call our, so you right click, and you're going to call your parents post. Is there, yeah, there is a comment box. I'm going to take that comment box too, just in case. So it's just easier for anybody else who's learning. And then we are going to player state from that. Player state. Get player state. We're gonna cast to, was it base, sorry, or it's our lobby. So we're gonna cast to lobby player state. So some function that we need in there. We're just getting our can host force. Can host force game launch. And we want to set a local variable. So we're going to hit Alt, drag this. So we want to set our local variable. We're just going to make this bigger, get this lined up. You actually drag this in here, lined up. This is 3 off the bottom. We're going to want to take these guys in as well. So 2 off the side. Technically, you could do like 1 or 2 off the top, and we could just make this guy here. And we're going to just line this up here. And we're going to compile and save. There we go. Now we got our post. Swap is just these things. And log out. Log out. So swap and log out. On player controller. On event player controller swap. Every time I see this, I think of like an actual controller, but this is more like oh, we need the parent. Sorry, that's what we're looking for. So we're gonna right click and call the parent. But yeah, everything of this, it's I think is player's controller, but it's really just the end game what a player controller is called. Like we made over here our BP character controller. It's a mode that dictates in your server how you're actually moving your character, and it's usually where you put like your like UI and stuff. Sometimes a lot of your movement actually just goes in the player class, but like anything like inventory in a multiplayer game will go into your player controller. So it has control over your player. Yep. That one's on event logout. I have to move this down a bit. Oops. Move this down in. On log out. Event on log out. And we're just calling the parent and handling player disconnect. So we are calling our parent. And we're just going to give it this here, and then we have our own disconnect, and our disconnect is just calling our game state library and updating the game state library to check for all the players. So when somebody disconnects, we're just going to update, make sure that what we have is just the current players. And then we have our server travel, which we might be able to adjust here so things are a little bit neater for my sanity. My sanity. There we go. And again, we want it a little bit farther out. I guess we zoom out. And we could do a little bit in. Alright. So, lobby game mode. Event graph. Those aren't even being used. Oh yeah, because I have more than he does. Because he deleted the begin playing tick. It's already disabled. I don't think it cost anything. Unreal has it there for a reason, so I'm not going to delete it. I think he just does it for cleanliness for new users and stuff. Alright, so our game mode is almost complete. Our scene here, we looked at our scene. We looked at our constructor. Right, the last thing, again, that you want to just double check is this here, which is the defaults. So we're going to click on our defaults, and again, I chose gameplay levels. And again, letter capitalize matter here, so we're going to go back and just double check if we have something like that. Finding home, levels, and we do have a gameplay levels with a gameplay levels, capital P. Alright, and gameplay levels, capital P. Okay, and then lastly, it looks like the big difference is these guys here. We have PC lobby, and we have this lobby HUD, where he has the lobby version for everything and just the basic HUD class and demo character. So we might need to change a couple of these up. First, we'll go to this because we end up not having solo. Doing everything. The solo lobby is pretty much the same as the actual lobby, so we change that up. Then we will add lobby. Default plan is fine for now. We will have a character in there later. I think the spectator class is just blank. Player controller is player controller. Server replicator, server replicator. And game session is game session, but game state is game state. So now we have our lobbies all set up. We know this guy's a little messed up though, so we're going to, because we did that guy just quick to get him out of the way for you guys, but I do want to just actually check it, because most likely it's going to have references or something to the wrong thing, and we're going to just run into errors instantly. We're just going to run into errors instantly. I prefer not to have just a bunch of errors right off the hop. So we're going to go into, I think that was our player states. We didn't have any player states. And our base. We'll check that. Again, we'll just start from the bottom up. And appearances. Replication appearances. Rep notifiers can't be overwritten in child classes, hence we create a simple function that executes an onRep, which we call an overwrite in the child class. Hence the OR on the end of the function. See, it's all like a really good tutorial kind of stuff, all the way he did things, so it's good. Appearance, and he just slaps this in every single one, just in case you ignore the other ones. Okay, we have our appearance. Run to, for my sanity, put it up to the double black. Get clearance. That's his. Again, we'll edit ours. We'll edit this later. I guess we don't need the return though. So the base player state is, well, no, we didn't go through all of them. That's just the appearance. Yeah, appearance, user profile, and connections. And then we can minimize this and maximize that. So this appearance, we can close. User profile. Why does nobody ever use these? Just makes it easier to find stuff. To center in the beginning of the actual content. Alright. I like he actually uses the rewrote nodes. A lot of people don't, and they just have this messy ass code all over the place. So we're doing a break. It doesn't need to be all the way down there. That's just the username. That allows us to bring this up. Might even be able to just bring that right to the side. There we go. And there's nothing about that. Close that. Now we got our player connections. And again, it's not lined up. Just picky. But there we go. See, it's different when you zoom in. Look good, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa. This is one of the cases where I will just move this up a bit so we can fit this in. Host is always ready, so set status to true. Move this back, actually give him a break like that. That way we could move this guy in here. Like that. And that way we could slide this guy down and up in here. And about 3, move this couple out. 3, it's in 3. I'll actually have to move this out a bit because we're going to bring this so it's in line here. There we go. Get the variable. The variable gets set by the game manager lobby called, yeah. Alright, so we'll save. It's all neat now. We weren't using this one either. There's nothing special for it right now. And now we're on these replicates here. And these have nothing in them. That's good. It's just set for later on. Construction strip has nothing. And then we have some calls, which aren't anything special. So the base is fine. The base is fine. We need to just check out the actual lobby state now to make sure it's not referencing anything that's not ours. Again, I don't know why. It's just 2, 3. Player, local profile, local appearance. That's fine stuff. Doesn't really. Alright. So, graph looks okay. We'll do our normal bottom top kind of thing. We're going to go up here. Local players. It's fine here. Get set in our game manager class. Yeah, you said that in the last one. Did the double black here. Hey, we just don't need it there. There we go. We can actually bring this down. Oh, no. Damn it. Actually bring this down a bit. Doesn't need to be all the way up there. Look at that. Looking better already. So that's done on reps. We can click these. All these have some stuff in it. We'll start with the first one. Boom. Cast to game state lobby, and it is not my game state lobby. It is his game state lobby. So we're gonna need to cast to game state lobby. Not Bobby. Lobby game state. We're gonna authorize. We'll do update lobby. Kill that. Kill that. That's done. We close that. We will check out this one. Replicate on user profile. Replicate. Replicate on user connection. Control C. I guess these are just so it's changeable. But, well, actually, just before we do this, I'm just going to double check. Yeah, all it was is updating the lobby. So we will redo, repaste, remove, resize, recreate pin. There we go. We'll compile and save. And again, well, this one's not the same though. This actually has different changes. I think it's because it is appearance, so there's going to have a bunch of stuff that we're going to change here. Okay, let me see here. So we got a couple things we're at change. We got player controller. No player controller. Oh, we want our player controller. So lobby, our player controller. Let's get that out of there. Get out of here. We don't want to bring that over here, so. And we want update character customization panel. I don't even have that. Update player customization panel. So that is an RPC. We actually have this guy up. Yeah, you can see we don't have many widgets here. I didn't end up going through all this in yet. So we will see. Just get that working for now. So core, lobby, player. Lobby player controller, widgets creation, there's a lot more stuff in that. So lobby player state, OC update character customization panel. OC sounds like it's in a graph. Update character customization panel. And it's in the widget graph. And I need the update character customization widget method. Okay. And we're gonna need the refresh widget method. Where is the refresh? No, it's from here. So that's fine. So you just get the update character customization widget. We'll copy that. We'll go back to here. We will paste that function in. Well, we need this widget in the variables validation. Copy widget. We will paste variable. We will get this and we will pile, and we will put that in the category so it's in the right spot. Just fix this quickly, even though I probably won't be using this thing for long, because it has to do with his character customization, which I'm not gonna work with any of the stuff I do. And that's my graph. There we go. This is the widget graph. There we go. There we go. 3, 3. So we should be able to go to player state and do OC update character customization panel now. Again, we don't need to go that far forward. We haven't added any character stuff. So this is moved over. This has nothing connected. There we go. It's 3, 2, 1, 2. Update demo character. Like I said, for now we'll keep this, but we will have to put our character in at some point. It's just fixing the appearance. Actually, I'm just gonna break this. You don't, because this is the player state. Am I not even there? Yeah. Yep. So now that we did the game menu, the game mode is completed. We're gonna go look at the actual lobby here. MLS, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go to our maps, we're gonna go to the lobby level. So you see this is the lobby level we have. And it has all these things that we created ourselves. And we go to our level blueprint. There's nothing here. And so if we hit play, this is his empty level. You know what I mean? Obviously we can't move because his keybinds aren't the same as what we have right now. So that's what we're going to be looking into to make sure that if we add this to ours for our lobby character, our stuff is actually going to move. So we're going to have to change some of the keybinds. And again, where the two locations for keybinds are is one is in player character. So we're going to just double check to see what he put in the character, player character. He just has updating hats. We don't care about that. Appearance, we don't care about that. Update hats, we don't care about that. He has camera move. We don't care about the camera stuff because we won't be using his character. He has zoom in and zoom out. We don't care about that. So again, and you can just kind of see these things here. Again, just for the sake of being able to move stuff and test things, we're gonna fix this. So we want move forward. And so ours is move forward one word. So we'll be grabbing that. And then putting the axis here. That there. Maybe delete that. And then I think this is just turn. And we're going to delete that. And this is just look up, I believe. And ours would probably be move right. Yeah. Let's see if we got a zoom. Scroll. We won't actually have these zoom ins or outs because there on rep, and then it's just appearance components. So I should be able to I should be able to test this map now and see how things go. It might still not work because we still haven't. That's just the movement of the character. So now we can move the mouse and we can move the character. But the big things are we want to be able to hit tab, and we want to be able to hit escape, and we want to be able to hit the character customizer. Not so much the character customizer because we're going to have our own, but as you can see, those weren't in the player. And there's two main areas that any kind of control of your player are going to be in, and that's the player controller and the demo character. So we're going to open up or find this player controller class, just so we can get his kind of operational with our stuff and see what's going on. So you can see we have some confusion here. We have toggle character customizer, and we have session. And there's one more that we don't see, but it's not here. We check our character, it has parent class just base, which doesn't make sense, but this does have a parent class, right? So we open up this parent class, and lo and behold, we got chat and we got pause menu, right? So we're going to right click and type chat. Let's see what we get. We just get our chat. Chat. So we're gonna need something with chat and pause menus. So we're gonna right click and type pause. We do have a pause menu. So we're going to hook up our pause menu here. Remember, I told you guys that I was going to use the D-pad left, right, and down in a sense. So for the different menus, I think, or left, right, now, pretty much. So actually, pause menu is still going to be the start button. We're going to have a menu, a lobby menu slash like a gameplay level menu, which is going to be like, so in the lobby, if you hit left on the D-pad, it will open up your game settings, and you can change what game you want to jump into and stuff like that. If you do left on the D-pad and you're in like team deathmatch, it'll toggle like the team scoreboard and stuff like that. So now that we got that guy fixed, we're gonna need the chat button. So we're gonna go into our game settings here. We're gonna do our inputs. Now again, normally now with advanced inputs, we're gonna have a different setting later on, and that's because this is deprecated. But until we get everything changed over, they still nicely left this in here. And again, the reason why they're deprecating things is they're changing from having this giant list of things to having it a part of an actual class that you could sub in, sub out. So you just have like the input class for maybe the lobby, the input class for the, so each game mode can even have its own input action map class, and you could sub them in, sub it out depending on what game mode you have or what you're doing. Even if you enter a car, you could remove the current access mapping you have and insert car access mappings, right? And this is the way Unreal's decided to go with this, so it's a lot more variable depending on stuff, and that way also, with no giving anything away, if you gain an ability, you can actually add that action mapping for ability. So say like you didn't have the ability to use the triangle button to chop a tree down or something. And then you got to a certain level, you boom, got the level up, you could then add an access mapping to that character in blueprint code now, and boom, give him the ability that triangle button now does the tree chopping, and it's just in there like that. So that's kind of the way they want to change it up, so that we won't be using this anymore since 5.1, so I'm going to have to change this. Oh, it's called toggle chat, and it's with the enter button. So I'm not too sure why toggle chat didn't come up, but we will, when I type chat, we will have to hit toggle chat. And there we go. That can just go in here. Yeah, let me just fix this up on here. Even though this is not one of my blueprints, just my sanity. My sanity. So now we have these two working, and the player PC crack. Now we need the demo character is fine, so we can close him off. Now we need these toggle session and character customizer. Toggle session, I believe, is toggle HUD. But since I have this open, I could just check this here. Yeah, that's just gonna be tab, toggle HUD, user, human user, I can't remember what the HUD stand for some reason. I don't know why my mind is blanking, but it's a pretty big, pretty simple thing. I remember it being like a common sense, like, oh, that makes sense, that's what it is. And it's like a design kind of like character customization. Actually, like I said, this isn't a big thing. Oh, like I said, I'm probably going to have character customization in the menus, but I don't think I'm going to have it as a button press in the game, because in the game you're going to have too many buttons to actually press already, because it's like a full game mode. So character customization just will be objects in the game, where you go to like a locker room or something like that. So that one's not even needed. But for this, because this actually isn't ours, we're not going to be using this one, we're going to be using ours. I'm actually just going to hit C. And I'm actually just going to look straight up for the letter C. See if I can find it right here. So when we press the letter C, we are going to do our character, and that's just for this thing specifically. So we're going to minimize this, we're going to go back to our lobby, we're going to hit play, and as you can see, we can now move our camera and stuff. And I think it's just laggy because of stream and everything like that, and yep. So yeah, we can move our camera and stuff. We hit C, and we have our wonderful accessories and stuff that we didn't really set up because we don't really care about it. The big thing is hitting P or escape. We got our, yes, we got our leave game in our settings menu. This is kind of what we want. We're going to continue, and the next big thing is tab. So this is what we want to get we want to have this game mode, but in our lobby. We want to be able to hit the settings and have all this kind of stuff in there. And then we want to have our pictures of our maps and our different game settings. And then once you got all set up, you wanted free-for-all, and you wanted it in the moon base, the map duration 30 minutes, score to win 2000, respawn timer 5 seconds, enable radar, disabled, weapon type, sure, pistols. We go back, you can see that it's moon base, free-for-all, and you can start the game. When you hit start the game, it's going to transfer us from, it's going to try to get to our moon base. Now again, this is using, as it says here, please note this is seamless travel is enabled and does not work in the editor. Please launch the game as a standalone in order to travel to the game mode. But normally that would work, and that's what we are looking for to get in our class. So we can actually show you guys some stuff. Alright. So, the big thing was when we looked at the character and the blueprint, and we had the character here. I don't believe there's anything that we needed in the character. This was just regular movement and just character design stuff. It was nothing. So I think we could safely delete the character. It has nothing to do with our stuff. This had chat and this had pause menu. Now, if we go to our player character, I think we will already have our pause menu somewhere. If we go to our inputs, for sure. I'm already in my inputs. Map navigation, hotbar usage, pause menu. So we already have our pause menu. So that's good. We have journal, we have inventory, we have HUD, which we can see what that's doing, because we will require the HUD key for something else. Oh, we already know where that does. That just opens the inventory. If false, open the inventory. If it's true, close the inventory. So that's just opening the inventory, and obviously the inventory checks HUDs, and if inventory is open, and it closes HUDs and opens inventory. So it just checks what this is. So in this HUD action though, do we have a close inventory? No, because inventory I think is considered a HUD. So instead of closing the inventory, we're going to go to our player, and we're going to toggle PC lobby. So our player character should have a lobby widget. So yeah, so yeah, lobby widget. So we want to player controller. Does our player controller have that lobby widget? I do not think so. I think that's something we added. So that's going to be in our lobby player controller, and this is going to be our own maybe input graph here. We are going to copy this. Cancel. We're just going to copy this and this to our input graph. And oh yeah, we should just copy this actually. But so it's gonna open that up. And then if it's false, we want to toggle WB menu lobby, which is a function that we do not have. So we want this toggle WB menu function. We're gonna open that up, and you can see there's a bunch of other stuff here. So but we're gonna just copy this for now and see what it's gonna complain about. So we're gonna go PC, we're gonna try to paste it, it's gonna error us and say we need update lobby and we need remove character customization. So we need to go back here. If we go to remove character customization, does it have anything that's really just remove appearance? That's fine, that's good. Copy that, and it's just in the manage. So we go to PC here, functions, paste function. Not gonna have an error because there's nothing to it. We're gonna take this, we're gonna set that there, and then there was an update lobby menu, so we're gonna copy that. We're going to paste this function, and whoa, we're gonna have to do a bunch of stuff. So that is update lobby menu has a bunch. So update player list is the first one in line. So let's try that. Let's open that, and that has an update widget, which is from the widget, so that should be fine. So this is update player lobby list, so we'll copy that, and we'll paste this in. We'll hit Control Z. We'll, this is actually in just the updates, so we'll just right click updates, and we'll paste it in so it's in there. I'm not too sure. Reorder, updates. We do not have lobby menu widget, so some of the stuff we might have to get here. So we're going to copy that, paste. That's in references, widget references. So just drag it in there. Connected players. Connected players. We're gonna copy that. Go to, this is sucks because we didn't get the PC finished. I didn't get that. I tried to do that before stream, and this is data local players. So we gotta go. So the player list is fine now. We've updated our player list, so we can close that. Our Ready Up button. It looks like it has a lot more menus and stuff. Looks like we're gonna have another error with this. Is the update player up button. also has a set widget here, so we will copy this though. Let's just try to, oh, there's a function, try to paste this. Oh, it worked. Okay, this is normal. It's off a widget, that's why it's off a widget. But we want, it's a part of the updates, so we will throw this into the updates. It's going to ask us for some stuff here though. Alright, so we want lock button, so ready up button initialize. Just a bunch of player stuff here, states. Ready button, so yeah. Ready up button initialize, we're going to copy that. Paste that into the variables. We're going to get the location. And we're going to compile and put that into this location. Now it looks like a lot of these other guys will be in that same spot, so we will get the next one here, which is the ready up text. So we'll copy that ready up text, go back here, and right in the button we will paste. Didn't like it again, we're going to have to put it here. Put it on top, sort it out that way. Then we have the warning state. We're going to copy the warning state. And we're going to paste that here and move it up in. Some of you guys might ask why I don't just create these. Sometimes they have these things ticked off and exposing on spawn and stuff like that, and just ensures that it's all the same for now. Like again, we could always we're gonna be changing things later. We just want to make sure things are up and running for now. We want the lock button. And the paste variable, and we'll move that up into here. We're going to compile. There we go. And save some more progress there. Now we want to, we're done this guy. We want to do launch event. It looks like we're gonna have one. This is off HUD, and we think we already did the ready up button. So yeah, ready up button's already kind of here. So we will go back up to these. This is the launch event. We will copy the launch event. Go back up here, and we want to paste into here function, and it still doesn't do it right, so I'm gonna have to move it here. Launch event, and that looks like it worked okay. Oh, we need launching game. Launching game is in state, so we're gonna copy that. And we're gonna go back to variables. We're gonna paste that. And we're gonna get where it is, compile, and we're gonna put it where it's supposed to go. File again, save. So that's another one done here. Alright, now we have update game mode. It's just off that, so that should be a nice easy one. So update game mode right here. Copy. We're gonna go back here, and we're going to paste. Looks like we're going to need a game mode variable here. Game mode, current game mode, which is right here. Copy that. And sometimes it has stuff in here, but in this case it doesn't. And we're going to paste that variable. And we're just going to want to get that location settings. Looks like. So compile, and then put this in the settings area. There we go. See, I'm usually always compiling and saving constantly. I know we had to stop that for a bit when we were working on the actual maps because it would like take forever to save. But normally, like I said, it's more like this. Usually quick saves, quick saves. Alright, so that one's done. That was game mode. We got map next. Update map. And it's pretty much the same as the other one. So we'll go up here. And we're going to have to get the map. So we're going to copy. We're going to paste. We're going to drag it in, and then we are going to copy the map, current map, and we're going to paste the current map, and then we're just going to drag that into settings. Let's do the same as over here. In the settings, we're done with that map, and then we got the game mode settings. And then, so that's the same here that we'll be needing to drag over. So we got game mode settings, we'll copy, and we will paste the function in. Updates, I'm pretty sure this is also an updates as well. And yeah, we need the game mode setting, so we're gonna copy, we're gonna go to our game variables, we're going to paste variable, move it into our settings, there we go, we're gonna file and save. That was a bigger one. So we could close that, close that, close that, close that, close that, close that, close that. Back to our input graph. And we could close that, and we are done. So we can now do update lobby. Update lobby menu. So we copy, we go here. Paste function, update lobby menu. I'll put it in here. File and save. And oh yeah, this is toggle lobby menu thing. That's what we wanted to get originally. So toggle lobby menu. So we're going to copy this. We're going to go back to here. We're going to try to paste this in. And we got it this time. Now we're going to want to get where this is. This is widget creation. And we're going to put this in here. Widget creation. Compile. Save. Looks like there's no errors there. Sorry. Didn't mean that. Just hands. Ooh, just have a habit of cracking my hands now. I know it's terrible for me. Alright, so this is the player controller. We got this toggle lobby player controller. So in the in the input we have toggle lobby. So you want to go back to our input graph, This update done. Now that this is done, and we just wanted to go toggle lobby menu. And that essentially should work for our lobby. But we want to maybe go into our toggle lobby. Oh, if it's true, it does nothing. So it's not even a true toggle. It's always funny when people do that. They name something like toggle lobby, but see this, if you hit the button and it's already up, it just doesn't go away. Let me see if we're still, yeah, we're still in this mode. So let's see what happens if we hit tab and tab. Oh, it does toggle it. We must toggle it somewhere else then if you hit tab. Just not here. Interesting, because it looks like it leads to nowhere. Is it in the viewport? Yes, it is. Do nothing. Oh, remove from parent. Ignore lobby menu toggling. Increase in case pause menu is open. Oh, this is pause menu. I see the end game menu. So then, if it is open, then we're gonna close it and remove the blur and stuff like that. All right. So this is kind of like a toggle. Let's go check if it's open before it toggles it. So it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, we had the couple different things. We had the base where we wanted the pause menu, which the pause menu's already done. Then we got to do the chat. So for now, we could just deal this chat here, and it will just take over our chat from, because I'm pretty sure he has his own chat. Like we have the chat from Easy Survival, but this will consume the input and open this chat instead, which is fine. But with the functions now, we have done the chat and we have done the pause menu, because the pause menu is already in there. We have our own pause menu, so this is done. And then here we go to the graph, we have the HUD, and we don't care about the characters, so we're done here. So we now should have our game settings menu set up, an R map. So we're going to want to go back to our content, our find home, our levels, and we want our main level here. Easy supply. We changed the. We don't want to affect the player character. Well, we do want to affect the player character because we are actually doing stuff in it now. Oops. Well, yeah, because we have it open. We did. We'll click on it to see what we did, and we'll save it. I'm just so used to normally, because I don't want to do any edits to Easy Survival. Just in case if we have to migrate or fix anything later on, I can just bring in a fresh copy, and nothing will change. And that's way when he's doing updates and everything like that, we get whatever he's changed in the game without having major problems and stuff. And like I said, slowly working away, and we could still be getting things done as long as all the functionality and stuff's in there. Yeah, I didn't meant to hit control save for the level. And the level's pretty big. Well, it's not pretty big at all. It's really small. I'm not too sure, because it's just the main menu level, so it just has that little island and a couple of grass. Whenever you're saving levels, it for some reason takes a long time when I have stream up. It doesn't take a long time normally. It just takes a long time whenever streams up and stuff. But it is almost 11 o'clock here, so we're running out of time. Sorry. Yeah. Hopefully next week I'll have things in and we can show you guys the game settings working and get some of the modes in there. So toggle HUD. Oh, we affected toggle HUD. We took out his. Did we put toggle HUD in here? So this is going to consume the toggle HUD. So his toggle HUD's not actually going to activate anymore. Where this was doing the inventory. Open inventory. It's actually the same as this one, I believe. So it is BPI. He had something like this in here, and we affected it, but it's actually not going to change anything. One thing we did have to change is I'm going to have to throw my base class onto his class. There's some base stuff that we need in here, but whenever we just go to update or something, just quickly throw the base, change the base. That's fine. It's not as bad as when we go to do like the voxel plugin or something like that later on. It's gonna be a lot of changes that I just can't avoid. So yeah, that's saved now, so that's better. We will hit play. By the way, when I don't have all this stuff running, I am running at like 100 frames on this. So I should be, because it's just a menu. I'm not too sure why I'm so low frames while I'm doing stream stuff. Maybe just having two Unreals open. I think it might be a memory issue, because again, like when you're looking at the red line I got here, it says I'm like 3,000 megabytes over menu, but I do have a lot of stuff open before I get into stream. And you can see like Unreal doesn't usually always take this much memory. It's taking this much memory because it keeps track of everything you do. So if you do a lot of major changes, it's going to keep track of that and store it in memory. Now you could change your settings so you're just not storing like all these edits all the time. Alright, so hit tab. Oh. So I hit tab and this still function. Let's just break the link here. And we'll do a test again. You can see I have levels up. I have this in the persistent level now, just for now. Well, multiplayer, sure, create session, new game. So we want to act as if we're going with our friends to play some prop hunt. We log in, our friends find our server, we all hopped in to this server here. We're like, we want to play prop hunt. So let's hit tab. Tab. Nothing's happening. Main menu. open that up. We'll also open up our lobby. Our lobby has... This doesn't even have any changes. Or this has a bunch of stuff. This just has a HUD. Main menu HUD. Lobby HUD. We gotta make sure our HUDs are the same. PP game HUD. Main menu HUD. It's just a HUD. Where it checks for active things. Our lobby HUD. Oh, our lobby HUD. That's what we're supposed to be looking at right here. These are the two HUD classes. This is our HUD. BP HUD. Doesn't have anything. So we're gonna have to check for our lobby HUD. Main menu HUD. So we gotta check easy survival, see what. Oh wait, it's just gonna be game mode. It's our default mode. So go to maps mode. Oh, it's just that's the BP HUD, which we are already based off of it. And if we open up this HUD, it has a bunch of widgets and stuff. So I'm surprised. Okay. So lobby HUD is what we want. So oh, you know what? We actually got to go to maps, our multiplayer demo map, and that's where our problem is. Herp derp. In our multiplayer demo map, we want to override our game mode to be our lobby game mode. So in our different we'll go back to the other mode now. But yeah, it's so we'll go to this here. It's gonna take a sec to save probably here. It's gonna probably be stuck here for a bit. It is after 11 o'clock, so I think that's gonna be all. So pretty much I'm gonna test this, see if it works. Even for you guys, even if I was able to hit ready up and launch, remember it's not going to launch the editor, I have to do a standalone, and then even once I launch there, it's just going to go to his maps right now, because we haven't set up our actual prop hunt map. And if I get time, hopefully this week before we get back on Sunday, hopefully I'll be able to set up some maps for you guys so we can get that showing you guys that working, and we get some stuff in there. Alright, thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking out the stream. Again, I know this is more for just like documentation purposes, like a vlog, even though it's like a streaming vlog that's just set on YouTube for people who ever want to come and see how things went and how development went for finding home later in the future, and how things went. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and you guys have a great one. Ciao.